Psalm 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 30 verse 5, for his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Exodus 33 verse 14, the Lord replied, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Psalm 94 verse 19, when anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23, because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning, great is your faithfulness. Isaiah 40 verse 31, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Psalm 56 verse 3, when I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Psalm 34 verse 18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. 2 Corinthians 1 verses 3 to 4, praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Psalm 61 verse 2, from the ends of the earth I call. To you, I call as my heart grows faint, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Psalm 91 verse 4, he will cover you with his feathers. And under his wings you will find refuge, his faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11, therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. Psalm 139 verses 11 to 12, if I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you, the night will shine like the day. For darkness is as light to you. John 16 verse 33, I have told you these things, so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart. I have overcome the world. Psalm 34 verse 17, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them, he delivers them from all their troubles. Psalm 9 verse 9, the Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Psalm 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Isaiah 41 verse 10, so do not fear, for I am with you, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 43 verse 2, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned, the flames will not set you ablaze. 2 Corinthians 4 verses 8 to 9, we are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. Psalm 18 verse 6, in my distress I called to the Lord, I cried to my God for help. From his temple he heard my voice, my cry came before him, into his ears. Matthew 11 verse 28, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Romans 8 verse 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Philippians 4 verse 13, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Psalm 55 verse 22, cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. 2 Samuel 22 verse 7, in my distress I called to the Lord, I called out to my God. From his temple he heard my voice, my cry came to his ears. James 1 verse 12, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. Isaiah 40 verse 29, he gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Psalm 34 verse 18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 145 verse 14, the Lord upholds all who fall and lifts up all who are bowed down. Hebrews 13 verse 5, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. Exodus 14 verse 14, the Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Romans 8 verse 31, if God is for us, who can be against us? Matthew 17 verse 20, he replied, because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful, He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Isaiah 55 verses 10 to 11, as the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. Psalm 118 verse 5, when hard pressed, I cried to the Lord, He brought me into a spacious place. Romans 8 verse 37, no, in all these things we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Psalm 27 verse 14, wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 3, but the Lord is faithful, and He will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. John 14 verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. Isaiah 25 verse 4, you have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in their distress, a shelter from the storm and a shade from the heat. Psalm 31 verse 9, be merciful to me, Lord, for I am in distress, my eyes grow weak with sorrow. My soul and body with grief. 1 Peter 1 verses 6 to 7, in all this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, but He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts. Zephaniah 3 verse 17, the Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you, in His love He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. John 16 verse 33, I have told you these things, so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. But take heart. I have overcome the world. Psalm 31 verse 24, be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Isaiah 55 verse 12, you will go out in joy and be led forth in peace, the mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Romans 5 verses 3 to 4, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. Romans 12 verse 12, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Psalm 9 verse 18, but God will never forget the needy, the hope of the afflicted will never perish. Matthew 6 verse 34, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Romans 8 verse 35, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall trouble or hardship or persecution or famine or nakedness or danger or sword? Psalm 23 verse 4, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Isaiah 40 verse 31, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint. 1 Peter 5 verse 7, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 2 Timothy 4 verse 17, but the Lord stood at my side and gave me strength, so that through me the message might be fully proclaimed and all the Gentiles might hear it. And I was delivered from the lion's mouth. Psalm 37 verse 39, the salvation of the righteous comes from the Lord, He is their stronghold in time of trouble. Exodus 33 verse 14, the Lord replied, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Psalm 142 verses 1 to 2, I cry aloud to the Lord, I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint, before him I tell my trouble. Matthew 10 verses 29 to 31, Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid, you are worth more than many sparrows. Lamentations 3 verses 22 to 23, Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed. For his compassions never fail. They are new every morning, great is your faithfulness.